Okay, you're on.
Okay, lights, camera, action. Alrighty, so today we're going to continue working on multiplying decimals by a whole number. Who can tell me what they remember about multiplying decimals by a whole number? What do you remember? Ariana.
When you multiply a decimal by a whole number, the answer becomes a decimal. Like, let's say you have 3 wholes times 0.08. Then it would become 0.24, not 24 or 2.4.
Okay, thank you. And what is a decimal? Who can tell me what a decimal is? Thank you, Ariana. What is a decimal, Gabby?
A decimal is technically a fraction.
Okay, it's kind of like it's very similar to a fraction. Why? What makes it like a fraction?
Because you make decimals out of fractions and it's part of a whole.
Yes, because they're both parts of a whole, right? Is that what you were going to say too? Awesome. All right, so we're going to continue working on that, and I want to see where you're at with this learning goal today. So let's quickly just look at what we're doing when we are multiplying decimals. So what does that mean? So right here it says multiply 2 times 3/10, okay? So what does that mean? So first of all, what is shaded in right now in orange? What is that? What is that?
3/10.
That's 3/10. So if I wanted to do 2 times 3/10, how would I model that or represent it? How would I model or represent that? Ethan.
What you would do is, so since you have 3/10, you would do another 3/10, and then there's your answer.
Okay, so I have 1 3/10. To do 2 times that, I would need another 3/10. So let's shade in. Okay. Whoa, that did not do that one. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So, looking at this model, what is my answer? What is my product of 2 and 3/10? What's my product, Jordan?
6/10.
Yeah, it is 6/10 because now we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how do I write 6/10 as a decimal? Kira.
0.6.
Now, if I wanted to do this without my whole model, if I just wanted to use the standard algorithm, how would I do that? How would I do that? Oh, you know.
Well, first you would just do 2 times 3, and then you would add the decimal.
Yeah, so we would start just by ignoring the decimals, right? So do 2 times 3, which is? Yeah, 6. Then, how do we determine where our decimal goes? Who can explain that? How can we determine where our decimal goes? How can we determine that? Kendall?
There was, the decimal was 1. If there was one place in the decimal, then there's one place in the problem, then there's one place before the decimal and the answer.
Before it or after it?
After.
Yeah, so are there any after the decimal here? Any digits? No, any digits after the decimal?
Yes.
How many?
1.
So how many total decimals or places are after the decimal in this problem?
1.
So how many total places after the decimal are we going to find in our product?
1.
So where do I have to place my decimal in order to have 1 after it? Sabrina? To the left of the, yeah. Yeah, and I could write 0.6, same thing, same value, right? Awesome. So, I want to see how we're doing with that. All right. So right now, with your clicker, I want you to solve, I want you to find the product of 8,207. Okay? So first, yeah, jot it down in your notebook. And then once you have your answer, you're going to put it in. It's not multiple choice. You're actually going to put in your number. And in order to put the decimal, it's the bottom right-hand little button. You'll see, the X, Y on top of the decimal at the bottom. Oh, yeah. So, ready? All right, so once you solve it, you're going to put it in. And if you think that you put it in but you still see your name up there, that means that you didn't quite submit it yet. So make sure that once you submit it, that your name is no longer there. Those are the students we're still waiting for. Here. You're just gonna type it in. Try double checking your work if you John and all right. So now so 76% of us got this correct. Let's see some of the other things. Here are some of the other answers that we saw. So let's look at some of these errors, okay? Really interesting. So what do you notice about some of the incorrect answers, and what do you think the error might have been? What do you think? Jordan.
I noticed that the second one, it looks just like a decimal error.
It's just a decimal error, right? They did the multiplication correctly. So in step number 1, when they had to just ignore the decimal and find the product of 82 and 7, they did that correct, but then when they placed their decimal, instead of having 2 digits after the decimal, they only had 1 digit after the decimal, okay? So remember, to figure out where to place the decimal, look in your problem. How many after the decimal do we have in this number? Everyone?
2.
How many in this number?
0.
0. So how many total in that problem?
2.
Okay, so when we are finding our product, we need to have 2 after the decimal. So 1, 2, 2. It goes right here. Also, what's another tip if you forget that rule of where to place the decimal? What's another tip? Yeah, Emma. Yeah, you could round. So what could we round this to?
85.
Yeah, or even easier. Even easier than that.
1.
1 whole, right? Just 1 whole times 7 is what? 7. Okay, so 5.74 is going to be closer to 7 than 57.4, right? That's like way off. Or 574, right? Or just 0.574. So just based on estimating like that, you can figure out where your decimal should go. Awesome. All right, let's try another one. So if you made that error with the decimal, then make sure that you double check that this time. Make sure that you have the same amount of digits after the decimal in your product as you do during the problem. This looks like just a quick, easy multiplication error, right? And then, can anyone think of what that error could be?
Which one?
The last one? Or maybe somebody who did it knows what the mistake they made was? What do you think, Ethan?
What I think it is that they were using the decimal with it, not just they didn't ignore it. That they were using the decimal in it.
Okay, that could have been part of it. What else? Yeah.
Maybe they switched the numbers around, like put the 7 on top.
Oh, ooh, maybe like when they were multiplying 8, 10 for this part. Then when they carried or no? Oh, just look. Okay, then that could have been confusing. Yeah, maybe they copied down the wrong problem, right? Could have been any of those things. So just, if that was yours, yeah. All right, let's do another one. So
they're not coming.
okay, so our next practice problem. So remember, if you made one of those errors last time, just double check that for this time. Also, even if you didn't make that error last time, still double check to make sure that you don't make that error this time. So we have 1 33/100 times 9. So find the product of 1 and 33/100 times 9. That we're recording just to sit by the lockers.
Doors locked for a reason. I mean, if they were allowed to come in here, it would be unlocked. We need to get these guys in shape.
You think?
Go sit by the lockers. This door is touched. Yeah. You guys are all gonna know.
Good one. Take them down, Mr. Ellison.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that! Look at how much we just improved just by kind of analyzing our units. Yeah. Say, oh yeah, we're so awesome.
Oh yeah, we're so awesome.
Can you put that graph onto the page?
This is fun. Mucho grande.
Wow. Okay, so this is our results from that one. So we
Wait, why do we have 99?
and who can look at the one error. What do you think was that mistake? And it looks like a simple mistake. Yes, Devin. Yeah, just a quick multiplication error with that the very last place, right? So instead of yeah, so just one digit off. So really nice job. So from 5 to 4 right now, how are you feeling with our learning goal? So number 3 is that that's standard. That's what we're expecting. 4 is like you could use what you know here to possibly do something different, like a decimal times a decimal.
Yeah,
or
I
maybe
already
bigger
did that
decimals.
on a piece of paper.
Right.
8.3 times 0.9, I got 0.09.
So yeah, we'll look at that and we'll see if you're at that 4-point level that you can shade into your data notebook. Okay. So if you feel like you have shown growth since the beginning of this lesson, if you were making some mistakes before that you are not making now, I want you to say, oh yeah, I'm really awesome.
Oh, I'm really awesome.
Yay. Okay. Very nice job. Right now, I need you to turn off your clickers.
What? We only do 2 questions.
Alrighty, thank you. And then you can put your math stuff away, unless you have me now. Then you can keep it out. And actually, you can keep your clicker out too. We're about to do this.
Well, I'm
So
lazy.
that's what you can cut it.
What are we doing? Send that question.